Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Nate, and we are back in my garage. Hope you all are doing well today. We are back with a fun and cool video. It's taken me a long time to record. It's taken me multiple recording sessions, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And it's going to be a long video because it's going to showcase the whole build in one video, and we're going to turn this pickup truck into an El Camino. And you're probably going to be like, how are you going to do that? Well, stay tuned because you're going to like this video. It's going to be cool. And this is going to how it starts. And you guys are going to see how it ends. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I can do this. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm close to being 100% sure that I can turn this pickup truck into an El Camino. So, now since this video is going to be long, I would appreciate it if you guys watched as much as you could of it. Even if it takes you multiple times to come back and watch it. 4, 5, 6 times. That's alright, you know. But it would mean a lot to me if you would just stick around and watch this whole thing. Because like I said, it's taken a lot of time to record this. Multiple recording sessions. So I put a lot of work and time into this. So hopefully you guys will stick around and watch. But yeah, this is going to be quite a task to turn this B200 into a Jesse. Or an El Camino, like I said. But we have to start by stripping down this whole truck to the frame. I know that's pretty wild. I've done this sort of thing with a Jason and a B200, a truck like this, that we're going to turn it into. And what we're going to turn it into is an off-road, like mud bogging style, El Camino. So that's what this truck here is going to turn into. So if it works out how I have it planned, it's going to be one of the coolest things ever. But with a build like this, it's going to take a very long time. Might as well throw that battery over here. We're going to need that at some certain point. Same with the fuel line, and I'm going to tear off these wires here. Because we might as well reuse these wires, because we are going to be putting a V8 back into the what will be the El Camino, but it will be on this frame. I don't know if anything has ever been shown like this on YouTube. So who knows? We'll see. I've never came across a video that's going to show this kind of stuff, so. Or show what I'm about to show you guys. And I watch a good amount of my garage content myself. So I don't think I've ever seen anything like this done on here. No, I've seen this kind of stuff built before, but not on here, so. And I also want to thank all my new and recent subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys are the ones that are helping my channel grow. And all my subscribers that have been here for a little bit, thank you also. You guys are helping continue to support my channel, and you guys are just as important. So for me, this build is probably going to take place over probably a few days of real life time. I know for you, it's going to be in all one video, but I wanted to put it out all in one video instead of making it separate videos. Make it one big long video on one build. See how that kind of thing works out for me on my channel. Instead of breaking the build up. So yeah, I really hope you guys stick around and watch as much as you can and come back multiple times until you finish it. Don't be skipping through to the good spots. Yeah, I'm talking to you. YouTube snitches on you guys and tells me that you guys do that. You skip through to the good parts. You guys think we don't know all that information, but we do. I'm just joking with you guys, but yeah, we kind of do know what parts get skipped over in our videos and what don't. We get told a lot of different analytics from inside our studio, so that we're given access to, which is, I mean, so much analytics that it's hard to keep track of all of it. So, I think from here what we need to do, that pile just moved, you see that? We're going to have to get rid of that stuff at some point. We're going to have to grab this guy right here. There we go. All right. So, that goes to there. That goes to there. We have all this extra pieces for these aren't the standard pieces that go for the El Camino. Just to let you guys know that these pieces are actually part of a mod that works with this piece I just bolted on to the B200 frame. So, if you use the regular pieces in game, these are probably not going to work. So I'm just taking some time to figure out the next steps of how I want this to go. I probably need to go grab a floor for the Jesse. Probably be wise to grab a firewall. All right. Gonna need to weld. Or maybe not. I don't remember. Like I said, I've done this with a couple other different vehicles, the B200 and the Jason. I've never done this for the El Camino. And when I did this, this was a couple months ago, so I don't remember exactly. Let's see about that. I remember putting the firewall and the floor together on the other ones, and it didn't like to cooperate. It was a little bit of a pain to get them together. Yeah, see? This is what happened last time. Yeah, as soon as I go to grab the that welder, it happens. Yeah, see, it's really weird. This mod is extremely tricky to work with. And then you have the collisions of the B200, which are just super annoying. That's never been fixed and needs to be fixed. But sadly, they will probably never be fixed. Is that a... No, that's a bolt for the transfer case. Alright. Hard to tell if that was a weld sticking up there or not. Yeah, I don't think there's any welds for this here. Could be wrong. But I don't remember any welds. I mean, it's so freaking tricky. Like, you gotta... Yeah. Too slow. Too slow. There we go. Hopefully I got it now. Alright, so that's, I guess, tacked down now. I mean, the floor is technically not connected to anything. The firewall and the floor are welded together, but that's it. And now I can't pick up the floor now or the firewall, so... It's just, I think I remember getting to that place because the Jason and the B200 did the same thing. Or not the B200, it was... What did I do? It was a Jason and a... I did a Jason and a B200. Maybe the B200 was, yeah, the B200 was different. But the Jason I had the problem with. It was the Jason that was like that. So let's see now. Let's go back to the catalog. We need the front. Yeah, there we go. Get the front put together. And this all came about, guys. I don't think I said it, but now I'm going to say it. It might be a little late in the video, but I was challenged to build a off-road El Camino by one of my subscribers. I'm not sure if I can say his name or not, but maybe he'll make himself known in the comments once this video comes out. And if you look in the comments, maybe he'll be in there at some point. So I just haven't asked him if I can mention his name in the videos. So I'm not going to at this point. Now, like I said, if I ask him later and think about it, and maybe later on in the video, I will mention his name, what the subscriber, that subscriber is. If I can speak right now, I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm just checking to make sure that I have all the welds. The welds are a little bit different, which is strange because there was a weld right over here on the other side. And I don't see one over here on this side. So, it is what it is. We're just going to roll with it. I'm not going to worry about it. Because as long as you pretty much have one weld per body panel, and that's what we have, it's fine, it will stay. So that's why I'm not concerned with it. So this is going to look a little different than what an El Camino would look like in this game, because it is built on the B200 frame. It is going to look a little maybe awkward or a little weird, or however you want to say it. But you just kind of have to go with it. But the end product is going to be super cool. Might as well grab that because we're going to need it. All right. Cooking with peanut arrow now. You know what? I don't know if probably using the same handbrake probably. Yeah. I don't know if they'll go on there yet. Yeah. Okay. I just want to try to get this thing stabilized. Kicking everything around so it doesn't move. There we go. Shouldn't really move on us now. Yep, we're good. I could have just took the handbrake out of the B200, but, well, I didn't. It doesn't really matter now, does it? All right, so we're finally getting somewhere, guys. Finally. Starting to come together and looking like a Jesse. Well, maybe not just yet. It will. Right. Because I guess the subscriber that challenged me to this, he said that I haven't seen any pictures or any video of it, but I was told that he was just finishing up an off-road El Camino himself, and he wanted to challenge me to off-road build of an El Camino because he said he never had seen me build one on the channel. I've built one, but not showing it on the channel. So I've built an off-road. I've never done it like this before, where I built it on a B200 frame. So this is like I said, this is kind of new territory for me in a way. Because it's part of the mod that allows you to do this has all the bed pieces in the mod. So the stuff that's part of the El Camino in the catalog, I would assume doesn't work. You know how I said in the beginning it won't work? Well, I really don't know if that's true or not. I'm assuming that it doesn't, because why would these pieces be in here for the El Camino if they did work? Because there isn't cab and front pieces for it in the as part of the mod, like there are the bed pieces. So, all right, let's get a back here. I think we need kind of like the piece, yeah, the middle panel, kind of like that for that. Kind of like for the B200, the B200 has that. And then we're gonna need a roof. Raise the roof. There's a roof right there. Do we have any other roofs? What the heck is filler floor? Filler floor. Don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. All right. Let me put my roof in the bag. That's realistic. Okay. Are these going to show up? Yep, there they go. I saw on the main My Garage Discord that someone just posted, I think, last night or the day before, that there were some welds in the back here somewhere on the Jesse. Part of the Jesse, like part of the bed somewhere or something. That welds weren't showing up on the Jesse, just like they weren't showing up on the Niv. And there was a patch that was put through a few weeks ago on the Niv. So we'll have to see if we encounter that with the Jesse, because I think we encountered that. There was welds missing when we did the when we built the Challenger, the Bart, in the playthrough series that I have on my channel. I had actually thought about doing this build live on my channel, go live and do this build, but obviously I've decided not to do that. Okay, so now I'm not going to worry about the hood and the doors right now, because that's not necessarily needed. We are going to be raising this thing up. So get ready for that. It's going to be probably sit much higher than the B200 lifted base game suspension. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the whole video if you can. Like I said, like we've talked about. I think the floor would be a good idea for being next. Okay, let's weld this piece on. I was going to say, let's weld this bad boy on. I don't know if there's anything else that bolts or anything. Like how the bed bolts down for the B200. These are the rockers. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a long rocker. Let me tell you what, that's a long one. Those are longer than the base game rockers. All right, do we have some welds? Yeah, we sure do. Got one right there. And I just hit the parking brake. Not a big deal. Oh, this welder. I wish I could get the other MIG welder from FedEx to work in my game. I have it. It just Doesn't want to show in game. Can I jump into this thing? A little bit. Now let's go down under and see if there's any more welds. Okay, I don't see any, so we're going to roll with it. That looks wild. Looks so cool already. Was that a weld? Yeah, that was a weld. Can barely see it there. Did I get it? Yeah, I must have. I must have. See, is there any more welds out here? Up here? Nope, don't see any. So it was just the 2 welds to attack those panels down, huh? Interesting. I thought there would be at least 3 per. But, must have thought wrong. This dang welder. Don't have one right there. Oh, we got some inside here. That's all I see. Sure, I don't see any more. All right. There we go. All right, there you go. Show up. The welds are just so delayed. Oh, and then we have this one here for the cab. We need to go get ourselves a... Yeah, that's the thing about this. It doesn't, there's certain things because we're doing something that wasn't meant to be done, right, with this mod. And some things aren't going to line up quite right. But it's going to look all right. We're gonna get a gas cap door to put there, and it's just the filler neck for the fuel tank is going to just stick out like that. It's not going to be that big of a deal, and actually, it might actually make it look kind of more cool because of what we're building. So I think, yeah, it's right here. Hopefully it works with the modded. Oh no, it might not. Okay, well, we might not have a gas cap door. Sometimes the check mark's in some weird places, so just trying to check. Check mark, check. Yeah, I don't see it, so let me go back to here and see, this is the mod that all the cars that will work with. You can obviously you don't need these adapters for it to work with the B200, what we're doing with raising it and doing some crazy stuff, but to do this with the car adapters to put these base game cars on the B200 frame, it works with the Chad, Jesse, Jason, Bart, and the Wolf. Now, some of these don't line up the best. Some of them line up a little bit more on the frame and they look a little better. Some do, some don't. The Jason was all right, except for obviously the B200S frame is longer than the Jason, so it the frame extended out of the rear further, but it still was freaking cool because you're not necessarily going for looks, you're going for the cool factor when you're doing this kind of thing. But yeah, all these other parts that are part of it for the El Camino, so that's what I'm saying. You must need to use these parts for it to work. And I even noticed those rocker panels, they're a lot longer than the base game ones. There's nothing in interior, nothing in windows. It's just the body. Nothing in accessories. So yeah, that's just it. We don't have a fuel cap, so it is what it is. I'm not concerned in any way. Now it gets a little tricky because we have the transmission support and everything for that. So it's going to get a little tricky possibly with the transmission because it got a little tricky trying to figure it out with the Jason. But it wasn't too bad really. So we need a tailgate. We don't necessarily have to put a tailgate on this. And maybe we're not going to be able to. Does this go to anything, this pillar floor? Yeah, I really don't know. I wish we could cover the gas cap up, but that, because, you know what? I don't know. Maybe we can. We'll have to see how this is gonna go. I really don't know. Like I said, we don't necessarily need a tailgate for this type of build, but we might be able to raise that gas tank up into the El Camino floor. I don't know, but we'll see. See if these work. I don't know if they will. Okay. That sticks through. Do I want to use that? Because obviously we really don't care if we see through, right? This is not a build to look pretty. It's a build, again, to look cool. And with the doors here, you're not going to see that until you open the doors. And does that matter at that point? No, because this isn't a regular vehicle. Let's just see how things look with the doors on. Because I don't want that sticking out right there. That just, to me, I don't want that. Minimal clipping. Yeah, see, we don't even need it. Unless you open it, you're not going to see back to there. So yeah, we're not even going to worry about those. I know it may be hard to see the vision right now, just yet, but it will be coming together, looking good. I don't even know if we even need those frame rails. Do we need that? I mean, technically, I don't think we need it. Well, we could try to put it in there. That might be it for it. The welds I'm referring to. Oh, no, it's not. No, it doesn't look the best doing all this flying around, but it's the easiest way to get some stuff done like this sometimes. Especially with this B200 collisions with the frame. Yeah, I don't even really care about a tailgate. It's not something on this type of vehicle that you really need. You don't even need a tailgate at all. You know, even if it wasn't this type of vehicle. So let's see. I know there's a middle frame brace. Let's try to put that nonsense in. There we go. I don't know if we need that, but we're going to put it in there. Rear frame brace. We're going to put the torsion in. And then let's just grab the transmission support. Let's just put all these in just to have them. I don't know, like I said, if we really need them or not. I'm sure someone in the comment knows and has built this. I'm sure someone will tell me, possibly. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. See how things just are gonna line up weird with the P200 stuff, but it's fine. It's kind of hard to show because of the collisions. I keep running into collisions with the no clip. So there's that. Oh. All right. I think we're good. It's the rear frame brace. It should tack up there somehow. It's so hard to see. Oh, maybe this is the piece that didn't show the welds on it. On the bug report I was telling you guys about on the main My Garage Discord. Oh, see, it's welding. So those, I don't know. Yeah, obviously the welds. I think this was possibly the piece that was not showing up because it gave a picture on the main My Garage Discord. I think this was it. The rear frame rail. I don't think we need it. Obviously, I I don't think we do. Um, I don't know. Come on. These collisions underneath of this B200 frame are just awful. Yeah, I'm not finding them. On the BART and the NIV, I was able to find them. On here, I can't find them. Yeah, I'm done screwing with it. Like I said, there's been at least 3 different cars now that don't have that. The update has screwed up the welds on them. This middle frame brace goes here somewhere, doesn't it? Oh, maybe it doesn't work with the modded parts. Really don't know. Alright, we're not going to worry about it. I don't think we necessarily need them. But we'll find out. Who knows what more problems we're going to run into. We've already ran into problems, so. But this is all about, you know, figuring something out, building something new, right? I mean, that's just part of it. But she looks so freaking cool. Already. I mean, the look's going to change a lot even from here. I just know it. We need a screwdriver now. That's the front bumper. Go. We're going to need a wrench. Let's see if this rear bumper gets put on. If it will allow it. Do we have some kind of rear valance or anything? I thought about putting the clamshell hood on it, which would have been kind of cool, but we're doing a lot for this build already, so. It's actually really, it might not even really be all that hard to do. Yeah, I don't see any rear valance. Oh, okay. So I would have to swap that out. Yeah, so I guess we're not going to have a rear bumper either, which isn't really the end of the world. I mean, there's off-road vehicles out there that don't have bumpers on them either, so not the end of the world. It might not go on there, possibly, because obviously all these body panels back here are modded parts. So that could be it. Let's take this off for a minute. I don't know if this is going to work. Or how to get this to work. Yeah, see, what's supposed to happen is if you put this on, I'm not doing it right, obviously. But, and it might be because I'm using these modded parts here. I don't know. But when you flip that open, the hood is supposed to flip up front ways. But obviously I'm not doing it right, so. That's something I'll have to figure out some other time. I mean, not on this build, but. And actually, I might actually take that bumper back off. We're gonna keep the bumper on there, but what I want to do is see how it looks just with a black like that. That's, I know it's so hard to see, but it's more like a flat black. I think, yeah, we're gonna go with more of a flat black like that, like what it is, instead of a chrome black, because I think the flatness will look good for this build. So I think that'll work out pretty nicely. Then I think let's see what we can do with this. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. I think. There we go. Make that black instead of chrome, and then we still keep the SS like it is. So it can be easily seen. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I already have a color in mind for this thing, so the black for the bumper and that and grill it's gonna work. At least I think it is. Alright, let's get a hood on this thing. Do we want to use this hood? I've been using that hood for a while. Or do we want this one? So obviously it says stock hood, but the stock hood does not look exactly like that. So if we go to the stock hood, it should be this one. Base game. Obviously you can tell this modded hood here is a little different than this one. So we're going to use this one. Yeah, because I don't want to use the big hood scoop on this one. Even though it would look cool, I've used it with the build in my playthrough on the Jason. You guys have watched that, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, go check it out. The green Jason. Flat black that. I should have been doing this build in the daytime, but the daytime goes so quick and the night lasts forever. Look at that, nice flat black. Bumper, hood, grill. It's a flat black. Which we'll have to take off once we go take this car over to the paint booth to paint, because if not, the paint booth is going to paint it. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess we could try that out as an experiment. Well, the paint booth paint parts that were already painted beforehand with the Material Master. That could be a good experiment, huh? Alright, so most of the stuff now, I think, is except for the lights. And I don't even know if I'm going to put headlights in this thing. I don't know. It might be smart to put headlights in here. Yeah, we'll put headlights and taillights in this thing. As long as taillights will go back here. If not, it's not a big deal. But, yeah, we'll put some headlights. We might need some headlights sometimes. You might be out off-roading or bogging in the mud and whatever, and you might need some headlights. So, yeah, headlights might be smart. Let's go grab those right now and put those in, because make sure these are the right headlights. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need so much for this car. It's wild. These builds take forever. We got the interior. We got just so much to do. I want to put these headlight covers in. Fender chrome left, and then we have the badging we can all put on. Actually, we need some of these. Okay. Just throw this stuff on the ground. Some of the stuff is hard to see because it's chrome. There we go. Put some hood pins on there. Those in, and then might need to put those in. Maybe those won't work at all. Well, that kind of sucks. Why do we even have those if they don't work? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, you know what? They might work. I just need the... I might just need the headlights. Put those covers in now, and it's going to make it hard to get to the screws. Trying to find those screws. There we go. All right. There we go. And yes, I know I didn't put bulbs in those. There's a reason for that. Because why would I cover them up? And they can't be used. And then put bulbs in them. So there you go. All right. Where did our other taillight go? All right, over here. Interesting. It moved pretty far on its own. I must have kicked it or something. What in the world? Are you serious? Are you serious? I gotta laugh about that. That is that is funny. That is funny, man. I don't know if that's like the old place that the El Camino ends is right there, and that's why the taillights are going there. I I don't know. You would think they'd go right here at the end. Like, why is this cut out here if they don't go there? I don't get it. I mean, is there any point to put those in there? I mean, come on. It's kind of pointless. I mean, unless you're like directly behind it, you might not even see it. I mean, and let's be honest, lights don't really serve much of a purpose at all in this game, do they? No, they really don't. How often are you really out at night anyways, driving around? I mean, it happens, but not too often you're out and you actually use your lights. That's why there's a lot of modded vehicles for my garage, and they have headlights and taillights that go to the mod, but they don't have light bulbs, or you can't put light bulbs in them because really they're not really needed. So I'm not worried about it. The rear end is going to look a little off, but because there's some missing parts back there, but yeah, we got some headlights. That's all that really matters. At least the front of the car will look good. So, all right. Looks good to me. We got a lot of stuff still to add to the firewall. We got the interior to do. Everything, like I said, on the outside is pretty good. I don't know if we want to remove that drive shaft. This one that goes up, that would go up to the transmission for the B200 from the transfer case. I don't know how this engine is going to sit in here. I think it's going to sit on the B200 frame possibly. But I'm not sure, because we could always put in possibly a cross member from the chassis suspension. I bet it would go in here. Well, my bet was wrong. It does not. So, okay, obviously we're going to use the cross member from the V200, which will be fine. Just the engine's going to sit a little bit lower in the Jesse engine bay. So, yeah, it's not a big deal. That should still bolt in there. Oh, give me the engine. Yeah, see, everything sits in there still, like I thought it would. Just going to sit a little lower. You're going to see the engine a little bit. But that really does not matter. Again, not going for looks. Going for the cool factor. So I guess, I mean, in a way, like, the looks add to the coolness factor. So this is like it's a special build, right? It's a special build that doesn't have to look like an actual vehicle in a way. So. Alright guys, like I said, this is going to be one big video. Then I'm going to put this whole thing into one big video. So I think this is a good place to leave it for right now. And then we will join back up next time and we will continue working on this thing. Like I said, it's going to flow all into one big video. So, we'll see you guys very soon. And just for you, it's going to be just a split second. Hello, we are back. My garage. I've done a few things. Just in a split second, because I'm that quick. I bought some things for the interior. Some windows. I colored the headlight trim to flat black instead of chrome. I put in these little windows here. Oh yeah, and I can't forget. I got us a new lift for the garage. And I was looking at something. These are the rear quarter fenders for the base game ones for the El Camino. And I thought these ones were shorter. And, well, if I line them up here, about, as you can see, they are shorter. And that's about the area where the taillights go inside of here. So that kind of makes more sense now and kind of shows you guys that those are definitely longer as I had thought. So let's grab the wrench and get back to work. Put these windows in. You guys still doing all right? We've been going for over an hour now. Got your feet kicked up and got your popcorn or your favorite snacks and fizzy drinks? I hope so, because there's a lot more to go. Alright, let's throw this down and let's put in the dashboard. Alright. Throw in the cluster. Is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Oh, we could throw the digital speedo on there now. At least I think. There we go. Grab this. Let's stick our head down on in. Let's get the master cylinder in. Get the hood up. Let's get the main brake line in. That'll do us some good. Things don't quite line up, but again, we're working with mods here. Tighten down the soft brake lines to the hard brake line. Do that now so we Don't forget. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, easy, easy. All right. You'll have to do for now. I just saw the check mark. Okay. Get the headliner in. This will take care of our gap between the roof and the top of the doors. I got it that time. Heck yeah, I usually always struggle getting those mirrors up there. No more gap now. Put our steering column in and then our wiper motor. Rear window. And then we'll put the windshield in. Alright, everything's looking good. So we need some door cards and we need seat. Then let's look up some seats. So I don't know if I want to put the regular ones in there. Let's see. These wouldn't work because these would go through the... With the seatbelts there, they would go through the back of the cab. I don't know. Maybe we do just put the regular seats in. I don't know. We really don't have many options. This is part of another mod. I doubt this will fit in there. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's meant to go in the base game bed. Yeah, it's not gonna work. That's alright. That'd be cool to kind of have a bench seat in there instead of two individual seats. Where'd my wrench go? All the way over here. This seat must just have the 4 of them. Okay. Some of those seats have like 6 bolts to them each. There we go. It makes it a little difficult to get in there with the door and the buttons. All right, don't mind that, the drive shaft being down in there, because obviously it's built on a B2 underframe. It's gonna, it's not gonna all be visually appealing. All right, well, I think the interior is done. We don't need to worry about a radio right now. It's not all that important. I guess we would put that there. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Interesting. Okay. Goes over here. Like I said, not everything's visually appealing, so we'll see how this, if it resets itself once I put the engine in here. We might have to adjust that, but I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have put that in yet, but it is what it is. All right, got our tent going. All right. Now, I think it's... Oh, it's probably better to get this... Probably better to get the engine in here, I guess. And then we could lift it, because it's going to make it even harder to get the fluids in the engine and the radiator if it's lifted. Trust me, it's going to be quite a bit harder if we don't get that engine in here and get the fluids in it and make sure it starts and everything. I think that's the best call. I don't know if I want to build anything. It's my dilemma here. I don't know if I want to just put the engine that came out of the V200 in it, or I want to build something a little more custom for this thing. Because if it's off-roading and we want it to climb hills and all that other kind of fun stuff, we're going to have to probably have a more powerful engine. So, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I guess we can build another engine. Probably be a V8 for it. Let's see. We'll just do the 373. I don't know what color we want to do this thing. Oh, what's a good color? What's a good color? To go with the black. Black and red always works, but I don't know if I want to go with red. Oh, you know what? I already have a color. Wonder how it would work if I did this. Stay with me for a moment, guys. I'm just looking up a paint code right now. There we go. 4-5, 4B, 1B. I don't know if this is going to work with the Material Master. Yeah, because that doesn't go in. Dang it. Alright, well, we're going to paint the engine a different color then. Just going to do just a flat black on it. Because of the bees, because it brings up the car spawner, those bees, then I can't do anything with it. Just like when I'm in the catalog and I hit a bee, that comes up and I can't do anything. I got to exit out, so. Oh, well, not a big deal. I was going to do it the color that we were going to paint the car, and that army style kind of green, well, flat army style green, because we're going to make the car a flat color. So we made the engine a flat black. Crankshaft sprocket, and we're going to do a stroker crank. Camshaft sprocket, and then let's do a brace cam. It is paintable oil filter. Okay. With that oil filter. Now, could I try to go through the Material Master and find that exact color without typing in the paint code? I probably could. But a paint code like that, just trying to find it, without typing in a paint code is going to probably be pretty hard to find. Just paint it up. Pretty much have a blacked out engine. All right. Let's get us some head. No, 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 not that kind. Get some racing heads on there. Let's go get some HP spark plugs.
So what brings you in today?
Just some HP spark plugs, bud. That's what brings me in. Have a good evening. Oh, where's my spark plug wrench? All right. Getting some things done now. Even if you build an engine somewhat fast, it still takes a while. So now we need to grab an intake. Actually, I have some stuff over here that would work. Possibly. This is a 6-pack. But the thing is, I kind of wanted to make this EFI. So I believe I would have to take off the fuel pump. I believe this will go to this firewall since this is the base game firewall. Yeah. Alright. I don't need to color that. That's not a big deal. I don't need to do that. Alright. This stuff is already colored, but I'm going to leave it how it is because the intake is black and the rest is chrome, which I'd probably chromed anyways. So I'm just going to leave it the colors that it is. Actually, we will take this guy off. There we go. Is that it? Yeah. Just the 2 bolts. This should go on here like that. Yep. Now we're cooking with peanut Earl. I just hope when we put this on, because this extra stuff raises the height of the engine, I'm hoping it all fits under the hood. If not, I guess it's coming back off. Because you guys should know how I feel about flipping through the hood by now. Alright. So we got our thermostat, intake, all our injectors. We have all 8 injectors, carb, air filter. I think we have everything, just our wires. We're good to go, I think. Am I missing anything? It's a pretty good looking engine. Where's our bolt at? There we go. Oh, I did. I completely forgot the alternator belt, and the fan. How'd I forget all that? How dare you guys let me forget all that? I'm just joking with you. Don't take that personal. Technically, you don't need a fan. Because I've ran engines in this game without a fan and I didn't overheat or anything. Alright, so now we got our alternator. Without our alternator, engine wouldn't even have started. Alternator fan, alternator belt. Now we need a gearbox. Let's do a... I think gearbox 4 would work for this because we're not trying to get as much top speed with this. This is not supposed to be a vehicle to go fast in. This is supposed to be an off-road mudding type of vehicle, so speed is not our priority, right? It's the horsepower and torque, and you're going to be going a lot of low speeds anyways, so I think our gearbox 4 would work better for this kind of build. And it's half the price, too. I mean, not that I'm all really worried about the price, but so this could get a little tricky. You got to figure out bolts up normal to the engine like it should, but the underneath we get a little tricky. Yeah, the wires reset themselves. Let's get a starter before I forget that, because I will. I think it's this one. Yep. See if we can get underneath of here. Oh, it's a tight fit under here. Yep, that's a fuel-injected engine. EFI. What are we doing now? We're going to have to do the no clip to do this. Crank it on up here to the drive shaft, which goes there. And then we have some transmission mount bolts, which goes right here. It's a little weird. Let's put some light on the subject so we can see something. This is... See here, we should have... Yeah, that's from... This mount here is from the Jesse. And then we have the mount from the Jesse in here, and we have the mount from the B200, and it mounted up to the B200 one because it's on the, I think it's on the B200 level, but you'll see we have some more bolts from the Jesse mount in here that I've done up here. It's actually inside the gearbox, as you guys see there. So I did those up just to, you know, just to cover all of our bases, right? This engine might have oil in it because I used to... Oh, no, it won't. I was going to say, I don't know why I said that. We just built this engine, so it's not going to have oil in it. I had this top here, the intake and the EFI system and all that we just put on this engine. I had this on a previous engine, and, well, that engine had oil in it. But this will not because, well, we just built it. That's why. I could use the same radiator, but I'm not going to. I'm going a little bit more fancier. Well, this is a lower hose, so it does go here. And again, things probably aren't going to line up right. Possible. I don't know. Maybe it will. No, it doesn't. I didn't think it would because the engine sits lower. Sits lower here because this radiator support is the level up higher because of the where it is for the Jesse, and then the engine is actually sitting on the engine cradle for the P200. Gonna need this. Okay. So I think we're all ready to go now. I just want to trace that fuel line back. See if I can see it. Alright, the fuel line comes back. Goes back here if it'll let me stay underneath it here. Fuel line goes here. Back here. And it goes right into the tank. Okay, we're good. Right into the tank. I just wanted to make sure wanted to make sure the fuel line was running into the tank because you know how everything is set up. So now let's cruise on across the street. I need to get some fluids. You got to get it just right for the brake fluid to buy it. Let's get some better light. It's filled up. Let's get some coolant in here. All right, we'll just leave it right there. It's saying it's filling. Just leave it alone. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I hope you enjoyed the engine build portion of the video. I don't mind building engines, you know, in this game. It's a lot better than doing body work or installing an interior, in my opinion. I don't care too much for body work. Interior is all right. It's interior is not hard. It's just kind of more of a pain than anything, you know. It's like something that has to be done, but it's not real exciting. All right, so I think it's full. Stick her head down in there. Yep, it's full. Do I have a... Yes, I do. Take it up. There we go. Is it not going to go in this engine now? See, it went into the Jason all right. But this one, it just doesn't want to go in. And we're using the same parts, pretty much. Except for the EFI. See if it'll go in. Yeah, it goes in. As we're sliding down into the engine bay. Hey, if it works, right? It doesn't have to look good. Alright, where's our other one at? Right there. I'd say all in all, my least favorite thing is filling fluids. Alright, should be good now. Let's hop out if we can. No, it ain't gonna let us. There we go. We're full. Full of shit, that is. Alright. Let's go dispose of our empty bottles. There we go. Oh, I didn't get the coolant. Dang it. Okay, well, I want to save real quick. Since we did all that work, that was a lot of work to build that engine and install it. I want a quick save, and then we'll try to fire the old girl up, see if she'll start up. Alright. You know what? You know what? Because I can't get in there with those seats like that. And the door not opening because of that thing. We're going to move it. I still can't get in. I still can't get in. We might be taking those seats out and just putting the regular ones in. There we go. I have to sit down, crouch down to get in. And then it's not sitting right. Yeah, I think we're... We're gonna put those other seats back in, I think. Man, she just purrs, just fired right up. Like she wanted to go. She was waiting to. Let's take her for a little spin. Why not? We're in the driver's seat. Whoo, she got power. No! I don't want to wreck the thing. Woo-wee. He is wicked. Wicked. Ooh. We almost messed her up there. Crazy part is we're not even done with it. We still got some more things to do. I almost did it there. Didn't even see that because I had the camera angle the wrong way. Almost slid right into that stuff. Man, this thing purrs. I think I'm going to put back those regular seats. Because once we raise this even more, that's going to be super, super hard to get in. But sometimes you don't know unless you try, right? It's not all that big of a deal. We'll get these pulled out real quick. So fast you won't even know what happened. Where is that? Right there. It's hiding from us. I gotta get in and get in the car and reset it. You notice how I got my wrench in my hand and it's not saying loosen or tighten? And it says what it does at the bottom of the screen? Yeah, that's a bug in the game. Are you kidding me? It does the same thing with these seats? Oh, this is frustrating. So you gotta jump in and then crouch down. And then you can raise yourself back up. This should work. Yep, there you go. That's all you have to do is get in the seat, hit the enter button like you're gonna drive, then hit the enter button again to get out. And that's how it resets that. So it does the same thing with those base seats as this, but I can see these being a lot more of an issue once we raise this thing up. So now, I think what we need to do is get this thing raised up in the air. And how are we going to do that? It's going to take a little while to figure this out again because I can't remember if it is goes to the front, rear, and rear. These coilovers I don't remember if we take out the springs for them to work or we take out the shocks for them to work. So it's going to take some figuring, let's just say. So, oh look, I left an oil bottle out here, oil jug. So, all right, well, see you guys in a minute, and we'll take care of the coilovers to raise this bad boy up in the air. And then we still have rims and tires to put on, and you guys are going to love the rims and tires, I think. Hopefully. It's going to make this thing just look so good, I think. I think. I'm saying a lot of I thinks, you know, because I don't know nothing. So, yeah, we gotta raise this thing up, put rims and tires on it, and then we still have to paint it. And then I think from then, it's done. It is done. So, we'll see you here in a few minutes, guys. I think I figured it out. I did the front here. I put in the coilovers at the front. Pretty interesting, right? Gives it a nice look. That's how we're going to leave it, nice and squatted. I mean, that looks perfect, right? No. I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to do the rear also. Calm down. Yeah, that's not a good look at all. I don't know why anybody would do that to their vehicles, but people do. I wanted to mess with that a little bit off camera so I could figure out how to do it. There we go. Get this going. Last one over here. This coil over. All right. There we go. Just pops right up in the air. There we go. That's the fourth one. There's 4 bolts per. Now look at that. I knew you guys would love it. Come on now. This is supposed to be wild and crazy. Now, of course, with the rims and tires that's on there now, it looks ridiculous. I know. That they're not staying on there. Let's go get this thing painted up. See how hard it is to get in here. Okay, not any harder than what it was when it was lower. We still got to put exhaust on this thing. Oh, it clips through the floor. Oh well. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to run this all the way. How much fuel we have? Alright, let's fill this thing up. We're going to fill this thing up and take it all the way to the service center. Why? Because I was going to do it at the paint booth, but there's bees in the paint coat, as you guys know, and the same thing is going to happen over there that we ran into with the material master. Paint booth, you don't need to type in a paint code. So let's get over there to the paint booth after we fill the tank up. Engine sounds like it's kind of choppy, huh? It's maybe because we don't have any exhaust on it. These exhausts should work for it. Holy crap. Over $1,000? Chrome these things? What? That's highway robbery. Must have went to the other side. This in here now. We don't want to be breathing all that in. That really quieted down, didn't it? Alright. Just drop that in the bag. Let's roll. When we get over there, we can sleep. It's probably when we get over there. It might be closed. I just don't want to wreck this thing up. Whoa, slow down, slow down. We're so high and we have a higher center of gravity. And we have such small tires on it, man. It wants to... Man, you start moving this thing around left to right, it starts to rock on you. We almost spilled it there. We would have wrecked it. I would have been pretty upset. Because then I would have had to reload my game. Once we get our new rims and tires on it, that should really kind of stop wanting to roll that much because it has a higher center of gravity. Putting bigger wheels and tires on this would help it a whole lot, I think. There we go. Just like that. Slept right through the night. Well, at least we know she runs pretty strong. That's a pretty good trip out here. Alright, so now what we have to do is go in here. Make sure we have the right code. So I'm going to have to look up that paint code once again. 454 B1 B. Oh, come on, is it not going to let me here? Oh boy, we might have a real problem. 454 B1 B. Enter. Let's hope that stayed. Change color. Alright, we should be good now. Should be good now. Close the door, you fool. Yeah, okay, current color, it changed it. Okay, I figured it out. Well, it worked that time. Other situations, it's not going to work. Paint car. There we go. Well, if we bring it here, it's going to, you know, obviously do it like that. It's not going to be a flat color, but everything else is going to be a flat black, which I think is pretty cool. So the main paint on here, like the army green color, is going to be like a regular paint. It's not going to be flat, but with the black, it looks good. But now, since we brought it here, we're going to have to bust out the grinder and do a lot of work with polishing the thing. So that's a lot of fun. That's going to take forever. There's a lot of real estate with this car to cover when you polish. Back up. There we go. I guess I didn't need to turn it off. Hopefully I can dyno this thing. Doesn't give us any problems. It might, though, because it's lifted and all that other mods on it. We'll find out. Okay, it's strapped to it. Alright, let's go. 1,406 horses. There you go, over 1,400 horse. Get up in the car. There you go. Let's save this puppy real quick, because I am going to send it back to the garage, and then we're gonna send ourselves back to the garage. All right. Let's see, there shouldn't be anything over here to go to garage. Hopefully we're right about that. All right. We're good. All right. Pretty cool view from up here. All right. I'm going to take a moment, guys. Give me just a second, and I am going to polish this car, and then we will come back and put the wheels and tires on, and I think that's going to end it for us. So just give me just a second. I made some changes after I polished the car. It's now polished. I reverted this bumper back to chrome. As you know, it was a flat black. I just don't think that since we don't have a rear bumper on here, a rear bumper won't go on here. It just looked better to restore this back to chrome and just leave the hood like that. I'm just going to leave the headlight trim, the black, the grill black. I'm going to leave that stuff like that. I just reverted that back to chrome. I did remember we have to put some mirrors on here, and we do have some trim. So let's do that real quick. Makes it look a little more like a vehicle with some mirrors on it. This one. Well, that doesn't exactly work well, does it? I forgot we had different sides on here, so maybe we're not going to put that on. Maybe we'll forgo that. Let's see about... Yeah, that's... it wants to go on where it lines up, where the wheel well usually is, so... Yeah, none of this is going to work. I'm not going to put the trim on the front. The trim on the front would match up because it's the same front. But the problem is, it's just going to look silly. See, that lines up because the front's right. But since we're using modded parts for the rear to fit this B200, just not going to do it. So I bought all this trim for nothing. I didn't think about that. It might not look right or fit right. But you live and learn. Let's just get rid of that real quick. Oh, I did clean up the shop a little bit. And remember I put my wrench in my bag before we went to the service center? Just in case I needed it. Well, I was throwing stuff away and I threw it away in the dumpster, so I got to buy me another ratchet. So now I'm back to the original wrench. So let's try this new lift out and see if we can lift it up. I think this will help us when we're putting on our new rims and tires. So let's get her up in the air. Hopefully this goes well. No, it ain't going well already. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. We need to be over that way some. Let's try now. Nope, still the same garbage. Obviously, if we use the regular jack stands, right? They won't work underneath here. They won't raise anything up because the car's too tall. They don't even really work when you have race suspension on a B200 anyways. Yeah, we need to move it over, but it's not like it's not. Oh boy. This is probably a bad idea. This thing's all screwed up now. I mean, I can use those jack stands and get jack stand spacers to raise the jacks off the ground. I had a problem the other day, possibly when I was using them, and I don't want that to happen again. But that's the route we might have to go because this lift does not seem like it wants to cooperate well. Yeah, see, now we're way over. That thing doesn't want to move well. There we go. Are we kind of lined up? I don't know. We'll try it again. Probably over too far. I think we got to be some like there. I don't know. I guess we're going to roll with it. It's not perfect. Now I'm over too far that way. Oh. Great. This makes for some amazing content. But I also like to show you guys my struggles. I don't like to cut everything out. Because that wouldn't be being real. And there's a lot of content creators that just cut out all the mistakes and all the bad. And I like showing you guys, hey, I struggle just like you guys. What it's doing over here. It's doing some weird stuff. Yep, screw this lift. This lift sucks. It sucks. I got it to work earlier fairly easy. I know, guys, we're going to have hanging jack stands. Just hang with me. You'll see what I'm doing. You'll be like, oh, that guy's a smart feller. Yeah, right. You guys never say that. You guys get the mod called the utility parts. The tow parts and something. It's a Discord mod. But if you get the jack spacers here, we're going to need a whole S-ton of them. So we're just going to buy a whole bunch. Let's just go around, and I don't think they're baggable. Oh, yeah, they are. I didn't think they were baggable. There you go. Oh, we have 4 in there. We have 4. There we go. That might be enough. I don't know. I don't know. Let's grab one more and put under each, just so we are good to go. All right, there we go. That's how you want to raise the jack stands up even more. Get yourself that mod, and you can do that. So, I think now let's grab our wrench instead of our ratchet. Gets the job done either way. I just like using the ratchet because it's something different, right? At least visually it's different. It's not different in any other way, really. Alright. Now, let's go grab our tires. Ta-da! There they are. Look at those big chunky boys. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. I'm gonna go grab the other ones. I'm gonna do them one by one because I filled them up with air. And I don't know if I put them in my bag, if it'll make them the tires deflate or not. You just never know with this game. You try one thing one time and you get one result, and then you try it the other time and you get a different result, so you never know. Come back here, bud. See, because if your vehicle is not raised up high enough when you put on wheels, then all kind of weird things happen, you know what I mean? So you got to have it high enough to have an easier time to get things done. So, all right. Get this thing on the ground in a minute. It's taken me forever to record this video, so hopefully you guys do watch it to the end, even if it takes you multiple times to watch it. I would appreciate it very, very much. And then if you want, you can just keep these, because down the road you might need them again. I always just discard them. But that's just me. I got more money than I know what to do with. And there she is. Now, she doesn't look perfect. She looks a little weird, but like I said, we're not going for looks, really. We're going for cool. And you gotta say, it's pretty cool. Let's move this stuff out of the way so we can actually get a better view of it without all kind of junk in the way. Look at that. Let's sleep and get some more light. There we go. Perfecto. Look at that. What a beauty. What a beauty. You can't tell me that's not an off-road beast. It's like a monster truck off-road beast. You can't tell me that thing ain't freaking cool. Come on now. Thing is awesome. Oh, we wrecked it already. Oh no, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Oh no. It's the end of the world. I'm surprised it kind of wrecked right there. Wouldn't seem like it would. Now we're going off-road, boy. Yeah. See, like this, you build a vehicle like this, you're going to get some body damage on it, right? You're going to get some damage here and there. I mean, that's expected, right? So, you know what? Just go with the flow and have fun with it and fix it up, you know? I mean, you got to expect that with a vehicle like this, like I just said. That's why I'm not real worried about it. Yeah, boy! You ain't doing this kind of garbage with that lad of yours, are you? No, you sure aren't. Because lads aren't cool like this. You're not doing this with your stock Mercedes Wolf now, are you? No. So cool. Oh, man, that was a good one. That was a good one. We busted it up there good. Yeah. Where the heck are we at? If I follow this going forward, I gotta go back the other way. Alright. Trying to get back home. See, I busted it up a little bit because you heard it a few times, but she's still driving straight and everything, so I didn't really do that much damage to her, I don't think. Let's get out and take a look at her, see if I did. Yeah, some headlights are busted. And it looks like it's a little bit slanted, a little bit lower on this side. But everything here, I believe, can be fixed. Headlights can be replaced. That stuff can be fixed. Everything here can be fixed. It's not that big of a deal. It's not actually that much damage. In 5 minutes or less, it'll all be repaired. That's it. That's it. That's all it would take. I guarantee it. But that's kind of stuff, if you have a vehicle like this and you're going to build it to have some fun, to jump some stuff like that and drive crazy, that kind of stuff is going to happen. So this is not a vehicle that we're driving around like an old grandma. We're driving this, we're going to drive this, you know, full speed and go pretty crazy. Like, I didn't even go even crazy there, but I probably will at some certain point with this thing. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's 2-3 hour video, I'm pretty sure. Maybe around that 2.5 hour mark, possibly. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I've never done a video not even close to being this long. And I don't know if I've ever done a full build like this, something this wild. Well, I know I didn't do something this wild in just one video. And I don't know if I've showed anything this wild like this on my channel ever. So, like I said, this was brought up for a challenge from one of my subscribers on the channel. And he said, I'm almost completed a off-road El Camino. I've never seen you do one on your channel. What'd you think about doing one? Because he wanted to see me build one. And I said, you know what, maybe, you know, yeah, I'll do one, you know. So, this is this is my version of the off-road El Camino. I haven't seen any pictures or anything of his yet, so I don't know what his looks like. But yeah, this is my version of a off-road mudding style El Camino. I think it turned out pretty dang cool. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And if you watch to the very end here, you know what? Comment down in the comments, SS. Okay? So comment down below if you made it this far to the end, SS. And that will let me know who really watched this whole thing or not. So, alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this crazy awesome build. This is going to be a lot of fun to mess around in. A lot of fun. I'm going to do a lot of damage to this thing because I already did. So, if you would, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you guys very much to all my subscribers, all my watchers, everyone that sees this video. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys watched the whole thing through. This took a lot of work. This video took a lot of work and multiple recording days to do this. So, again, thank you to everyone. You guys are awesome. We'll see you soon.